Okay, let's try again. I keep losing internet, and I don't know why I keep dropping, and don't like any other streamers are having this issue with me. I don't know why. So I'm sorry my stream took me 2, 3, 4 parts. Hello. Galena's #1 again. Welcome back, Lena. Lena. Go, Lena. That's what I'm thinking. I think it is. I think it's Spectrum. I think they suck. But this is ridiculous. No one else is like Beth streaming for hours. Mary streams for hours. No one else is having this issue but me. So I think it's definitely just Spectrum. No, my nickname is Lena. That's why I give Lena crap about her name. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for coming back to my stream. I probably lose viewers every time that happens. I lose viewers because they have to wait and come back. I'm sorry. It just must be my internet's terrible. Because no one else has this problem but me. So it has to be our internet. I'm like Galena. We both have the same internet provider. So it's probably a Spectrum. Hi, Beth. Hey, Beth, do you have Spectrum as your internet provider, or do you use something else? You're in Florida, though. Do you have Spectrum, or do you have someone else for your internet? I'm just curious, because I definitely feel like it's a Spectrum issue. If yours is okay, then I have to. Well, if you have Spectrum and you have no issues, I just wonder if it's like our particular location, or they're just doing this so I up the thing. Okay, Kathy has Spectrum. Lena used to be Norma, will now be Galena tonight, and Galena will be Lena. So everyone got that one? Okay, you have DirecTV internet? Okay. Because yours works fine. Eileen has AT&T internet, and she's in Florida. Okay. Kathy has Spectrum. Did you have any problems when you streamed on Tuesday? Look how cool this looks, guys. You have AT&T. I wish we could. Eileen is in Florida too. She's in Florida. And that look cool? So it's shiny. I mean, you think about like how shiny and iridescent it is. Now, what they were showing, now this one was the watered down version. So you can see where I laid it on there, was cleaning it. So you see the crusty where it's thick, and then where it's lighter, you mean you have less crusty. So you still see some sheen and crusty. So that's a cool effect too, actually, the watered down version. This is a super watered down version, and it is just matte as could be. You wouldn't even know it was Nuvo paste. So maybe you don't water it down that much because you really can't even tell. You can't tell what it actually is, you know what I mean? Now, what they were saying on the video, so let's say you do this, and then you decide that you want to just have part of it shiny is you take a little bit of, just a little bit of it after you've done this, and then you put it over top of, lightly over top of the dry stuff. So that way you can have, if you want to have part of it shiny and part of it dull, you can have your cake and eat it too. So let me see if I can hold it still. My camera to focus. Come on, camera. I'm sorry, guys, about the camera taking forever. It will focus, I think. Maybe. Maybe. There. Oh, Lord, hold still. So there's some shine. So there. So see, I've added some on top. So there's some shiny and some dull. So that's a good view right there. So if you want to put some of it back, some of the shine back, and leave some of it dull, you can just add fresh one on top. So that's a cool. I like it. Okay, let's try another color. So I don't have to worry about my camera. Let's try another color. So you get some, that way you can have that. Now let's also try for fun. Where's my blue? We'll try the wax on like just part of it just to see what happens. Let's see if I have blue. Or what color? Let's see what color we'll use next. We'll use a different color. We'll use green. And then we'll try that. Where's my baby wipe? Does it feel like molding paste? It feels harder than molding paste. It is definitely rougher. You can feel the texture, and it's definitely harder and thicker and rougher than molding paste. Even when it was dry, I don't know if you could do this. So I think it's definitely harder. Now, I actually did use a really light layer as well, so we'll use a thicker layer this time, so it'll really expand. Let's try the green. Here we use one I have. It's got some yellow on it. Again, you can see it's like crumbly, but when you can smush it. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's just weird. You were. I mean, just because you're not expecting it. I'm saying it's wrong. It's just what I just wasn't expecting it. All right, let's try to smush this. But it's crumbly, but then you can smush it on here, and it adheres to it together like a paste. You know what I'm saying? So I guess because it's crumbly, you can. That's how it expands. Just gonna put it a little thicker. Ooh, that turned out good. All right, so there. Now you could do potentially. It did puff when I heated it. It doubled in size. I'll do two, and then I'll show one puffed and one not puffed. And if you wanted to, you could leave it shiny. If you would prefer it shiny and you would not prefer it to be dull, you don't have to heat it up. This is just something the product does. You could also just heat up part of it and leave part of it. Ooh, it's so weird. So weird, it's flaky. I've never worked with anything like this. I mean, I would say this is different than anything I've ever. It's damp, but at the same time crumbly. I wouldn't say don't get it. I really do like it. It's just weird. It's just weird because I've never like used anything quite like this. So for me, like figuring out how to handle it. So I'll do one heated and one not heated, and then you can see the difference. I think I was trying to do that before, but then stupid internet dropped. Yeah, see, it looks good right there. Hi, Jamie. Eileen likes the green. All right, let me scrape this up. Let's do a, what's left on here? Let's do like, just scrape it off and do like a blob of it too. We don't have to use a stencil. Because she used, Shauna Petite used a doorway stencil, I think, in the video. Let's just do like a big bunch just to see how it looks. All right. Where's that paper I had? Oh, it blew off. Ugh. I'm like Eileen. I think it might be a good idea just to clean off your stencil. Cleans off easy. I'm sure it's, like when it's, but it might be a good idea especially if you would be concerned about, it's staying there. So it might be a good idea. And you'll have some cute paper to play with later and glue down on another project. All right. So I'm going to leave this. We'll do one, leave one. And then we'll have an accurate comparison. How long I can heat it. I'm not sure how long you heat it. That's the only thing I'm not sure about. If you can overheat it or underheat it. Let's go find out. It catches on fire. No. Let's see what happens. Okay. Hi, Janet. Okay. So this one is the blown up version, dried and expanded. See how it got all, it's kind of bumpy and puffy. Okay. This is before. See how it's shiny and iridescent and flatter. And then this one is still somewhat shiny, but it's duller and puffier. Yeah, and bumpy. So it's like kind of neat because you're like getting two looks for one product. So you can say I want it, you can have do down a page and have part of it blown up and part of it like dry and puffy, and then part of it you can leave flat and smooth. I think it's really neat to get two looks from one product simply by heating it. I find it to be really cool. Let's do this real quick. Let's just carve into it real quick too. Just let's see. I'll put this on the other paper. All right. Now you really get to see it blow up, and we're just doing the big chunks here. Hi, Shy. Hi, Janice. see it smoking? Okay. I have a very hot heat gun, which I forget about. This gets extra hot. It did smoke 1 second, if you saw that or not. I might have had a little too close, but it did actually start smoking. You see that? You can get it, it's smoking if you get it too hot. It was smoking. It was on fire. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So what this kind of reminds me of when I look at this, it reminds me of dragon skin. Doesn't it kind of look like dragon skin? Fish scales, dragon skin. What's CDL mean? Chai? It does look cool. What is I don't know what that stands for. Just a normal driver's license? You just got a driver's license? Oh, it's a commercial driver's license. Tom was listening. He knows. Oh, congratulations. Okay, I didn't know what that meant. To me, this still has some shine to it. Like it's not totally dull, but it's not as shiny as like it originally was. You see what I mean? Like this is uber shiny. It is still shiny, just not as shiny. Just wanna. Ooh, this is pretty. This one's Lucky Emerald. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's just see if we can. I know we're making it shiny. We just made it dull, but I just want to play and see how that looks. I put it on the heart, and then we'll rub the wax on the edge just because we can. To see how it looks. You can use it like the wax too. Yeah. Oh, you mean just like use it like the wax and rub it on anything, paper, metal. So since it's similar colors, so I rubbed the wax in the middle and then I rubbed it on the edges. And then then I got 2 different colors, but just adding that wax on top. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So that works on top. So another way to use the waxes. It is cool junk. How long have you had yours, Jamie? I just got mine. Have you had yours for a little bit? Oh, you gotta make some coin cards. Cool. I'd love to see them. You really do some creative stuff, Beth. Let me tell you. I love your streams. I really enjoy it. I have a really good time. I showed earlier I bought some sequins, so I have it for when we do for the bits and pieces and stuff. And then Teresa sent me all kinds of she sent me all kinds of threads and some beads and stuff that I can use, and alpaca threads that I can use to make the bits and bobbles too. Let's use a plain one because purple, I don't know if that goes. I was playing with a little punch that I got over at Hobby Lobby, and I thought that it was cute. Makes itty bitty butterfly. So you can use these in your art, or I thought it'd be cute to just try like in a coin or whatever. I was just practicing. Let's see. Let's try. Can you use, okay, let's try it. Can you use this stuff on a stamp? Have you tried that? Let me see if I can find. Let's see what happens. We'll use an acrylic stamp, and we could try a rubber stamp. Have you tried using the mousse on a stamp or any of that? Let's just, I don't know. Let's just see. If it don't work, I'll wipe it off. It's just an acrylic stamp, so I can rinse this underwater. Let's just see. Don't work, it don't work. I wouldn't try this on an expensive stamp if I was you, but if you want to try it on a less expensive one, I would not try this on an expensive one. I would just use this on less expensive, even this acrylic, as you can rinse it off easily. Ooh, actually does stamp. That's a little messy. I would say I didn't stamp it the best, but the words are backwards, obviously, because I did words. But damn it. Sorry, I get so frustrated. There. It worked. Backwards, but it works. Let me pick a stamp that doesn't have font on it. Like I said, use something you don't care about. Don't use expensive acrylic stamp. Or I mean rubber stamp. I would just use a cheapy acrylic. Don't mess up your $20 Dina Wakley stamps. See this one. Now, if you don't get it even, you're going to have, like, obviously it's not even like you would if you're stamping it in ink. I mean, you're going to have heavy spots and light spots, obviously, because I'm just globbing it on. But this is just experimentation, so. Yeah, that's kind of cool, actually. This one's more of a grunge, like a grungy stamp. So it doesn't have to be perfect. She's making some really nice texture like that. I like the texture. Let me wipe this off and heat it up just to see what it looks like. Let me wipe this off a little bit. She might just put it on here around the edge of this one. Again, just seeing what we can do with it. Just experimenting. And don't email me if you mess up a stamp. Can you put 1 drop of water and make the paste to the stamp in? Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's a little less thick. It probably could. Because I did dilute it on one of the circles. This was a diluted version of the paste. and this was the solid, and this was the diluted version. So you can actually dilute it with water, like Beth was saying, and get like part crusty, part like a whole different look if you dilute this. So yeah, you can. Let's see. Let's try it with this one. Let's just see what happens. Put a little bit of water on that one. Let's see how this one comes out. Oh, good idea. Whoop, man. Thank you. I do have my hot flash fan on my desk. Good idea, Beth. Turn on my hot flash fan. All right. Good idea. That's fun. All right, got my fan on. Set on high. Yeah. Okay. So this one and this one. So you can see that one I kind of tried to dilute. It really did not dilute too well. Wait a minute. I gotta get my camera to focus. That was the backwards ones I did. I sprayed some water. It did move a little bit. This is the one that I just stamped without the water. It's just like on a little grungy type stamp. But I mean, if you're just looking for that, so what we could do now, let's put something over top of this and see what happens. So, like I said, make sure it's a stamp you don't care about, like a little acrylic stamp. Let's see. Let's try a spray over top of it and see if it resists it. Looking for my distress sock size here. There. Yeah, I think I agree. I think the stencil is better. I agree with that. Do a purple and a purple. Let's see. Let's try this pretty pink, rosy pink. What is this? Victorian velvet. Let's just see if it if it resists the spray or whatever. Yeah, it would be good for a steampunk. Woo, it's a lot of spray. Okay. Oh, I used a lot of spray. Ain't that shocking, Eileen? I know that's really surprising to you. I never use too much spray. So it does, I wouldn't say it resists. I mean, it's going around it, but it's not affecting the paste underneath. So the cool thing is that texture is still showing up underneath the spray. So oh yeah, I got some steampunk images and die cuts sent here from Teresa. I said earlier. And I also got a bandit dog from Cat, or I'm sorry, Kia Dillian. I got all kinds of Happy Mail today. I got my Teresa stuff a couple days ago, and then I got Kia stuff today. It's perfect for my stream. I feel very spoiled. Okay, so that was that purple. I don't know if these are the best colors I chose. And then I covered it with that rose velvet Tim Holtz spray, because you know the oxides have. So, not that I say I chose the best colors, but you can see that it still shows up underneath. I don't know if you can tell it's purple now, but it's kind of cool. So you can still see the texture if you're using your sprays over it. So then maybe if you wanted to then go back in, let's try the wax. Oh, that's interesting, right? As a foil over top of it. Let's try that. That's a good idea. If this doesn't work, I have another glue. Let it dry a second. I'm definitely sticking to the glue. I'll see what stays after I wipe it off. Oops. I maybe got too much glue. I got a lot of glue on there. It stuck to it for sure. But I think it's because of the glue. But I mean, it did not exactly, if that's you're talking about, it stuck to the glue stick I put down. In terms of adhering to the raised part, let's just kind of move. We're just playing just to see what happens. Is that what you meant? Or more like, let's try this one's zickier. Let's try this one. It's a little more liquidy. Let me put this on here and let it dry a second, and then let's try this one too. I need a glue brush. It's fun to play. It's fun to get new stuff and see. Let's just try a little bit on couple little spots. This one you just have to let set for a minute, so we'll let that set for a minute. And then we'll try that. Let's try that one too. I'll let that sit for a second. And let's go to, let's see what else we got. Ooh, the gold. We're going on gold. Okay, we did purple, and we tried the blue, we tried the green. There's silver. Also, we have silver. Actually, silver gold, and then more of a yellow gold. I really like that one. That one's going to have to be on color behind it. Let's try one we got color on already. All right, bye, Shauna. trying to figure out where I'm laying stuff. Trying to think where I laid my spatula. Spatula. There it is. All right. This one's super pretty. I like this one. It's a really pretty color. I could go on so many. This is nice and neutral. You can put that on top of anything. And then all the other color kind of will stand out that's around it. I like that one. That might have been a firework. I don't know. That was pretty loud. It's okay, baby. Bandit got scared. Smokey barks and Bandit comes over. He gets scared. Yeah, no, I don't like fireworks either. I don't like them either, buddy. Yeah. So that's what the color behind it. I don't have the icing, Janet. I know that Kathy said this seems similar to the icing. I take it you don't like the icing. Ah, baby. I know you're scared. Poor Bandit. This is it's like flaky and it's lightweight and flaky. It's wet and it's dry at the same time. You weren't here. I did this earlier, but that's what it looks like. Oh, you do like the icing. Okay. I don't have the Prima icing. Smokey does not like. He barks at thunder and lightning, and Bandit he gets down by my feet. He gets really scared. I think Smokey is scared, but he lashes out instead of hiding. It's okay, baby. Yeah, he's gonna lay in his little bed. Good boy. You're gonna get up here by me. He's like, nope, I'm not interested. Not interested, are you, Bandit? Yeah. Says, nope. Let him bark. Here, I just took what was on my stencil and a baby wipe and wiped it on a spare piece of paper. How cute is that? You don't have the, don't waste your product, you know? See if this is tacky yet. Is either not dry enough or that glue isn't sticking to the liquid glue I put down. I guess this is not working. It's supposed to work with it. Unless I waited too long. Hold on. I gotta go back to that. I gotta focus. Okay, let me dry this real quick. I wonder why that didn't work. Did everyone see it expanding? It's expanding and then getting fluffy. I'm gonna try to move it around so it doesn't smoke again. I left it in one spot too long and it started smoking. I'm gonna try moving it around more so I don't have that happen again. It's neat stuff. Oh, get my camera to focus. I'm trying, guys. I really am. It's hard because you can't see the details even as far down as I have my camera unless I hold it up. So, about as good as it gets. So anyway, there. Oh, that caught it. This color is really pretty. Yes, you need to order some. You need to order some, Eileen. I really like this color. This one is like some sort of champagne. Where's the name at? I hope it has the name. I like this one. I think so far that one I really like because it's neutral, but the green is pretty cool too. Let's try a gold. And try them all. Let's see the gold. I would order it. I mean, I don't think there's anything. We have a lot of product, and I don't think we have anything like this. So it's fun to own. The foil does not stick to it like we had hoped, but it's really fun to do. And it's new. I mean, it's fun, something we don't own. So, and we also tried stamping with it. And does anyone else have any ideas to try, or they would like to see? It looks like it's waxy, because it's shiny, but it's shiny, but when it's dull, it does not. So you can have either look. But ooh, look at that. Ooh, that looks good. So there it is without stuff behind it. Look how pretty. So I think they're hearing is it fireworks? Oh, okay. I thought we heard a boom. Maybe they're hearing the little kids and stuff out back. I thought I heard a boom. Hi, baby bandit. Baby. Toki. So we went to the vets today, so that's what their big adventure today was. I went to the foot doctor and they went to the vets. I'm making some cool paint on a paper to use later for recycling of best stuff. I'll be recycling that. So you can leave it shiny like it is. You don't have to dry it. So if you just like it pretty and shiny, you can leave it that way. Oh, I'm sorry. According to Joggles, use Dina Wakley knife. Do not use your fingers to remove the product from the jar. Too late. You're liable to induce mold. Oh, okay. No finger dipping, else you're going to induce mold into your stuff. Oh, okay. It does seem creamier than the others. It doesn't feel. It didn't seem. It didn't seem as flaky. Okay, no finger dipping in these, else you'll get mold. Why would I have to use a Dina Wakley knife? I guess you can use any knife. You just copy pasted that. Okay. Be careful. So I'm always using my fingers and stuff, so I'm painting, so I gotta keep that in mind. Otherwise, it's been $7 for this, and then ruin it, like any mold in it. See if I can get my camera to focus. Hold on. Takes it a minute. Patience. I gotta be patient. I have no patience. There. You may pass on this because of the mold. I would agree with that. I would agree this might have a short shelf life because it could mold. And because it's flaky, it could dry out really quickly too. But I would say to use, don't store it forever on your shelf. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that, Debbie. So this is the color that Jamie said she doesn't. The only color she does not like is this one. Trying to find some smaller, little smaller stencils. Yeah, that's true. The dilutions paint's dried out really quick. And the other thing that I found out when I was looking through my shelf that's drying out really fast is I'll show you in a second. So I guess when you're like use this, I'd put your lid on in between this stuff. I got the Bria Reese modeling paste. Like this is the black one. And granted, I did get this on clearance, so but it is some of these were already completely no good, and some are on the verge of see how yucky that looks? Yeah. That's on the verge of like it's so thick and goopy. Like that's what that looks like. So these did not like hold up. That's why I was going through my stuff the other day and discovered. Not happy about that. Yeah, isn't it nasty looking? Hi, Carly. Give you oxide and Ziploc the spray? Or you mean oxide ink pad? Jamie. Woo! Smoking. Don't overheat it. It will smoke. Shoo! Do not overheat it. I keep doing that. It starts smoking if you do. Yeah, I think it's pretty now. Jamie said she did not like the red. Other than the one smear I made, I think it's pretty. What didn't you like about it? Just the color in general? I had 2 more to go. Less copper to you. Bubble it up, just drop this on my paper. So if you put it on really thick, like I did the green one, you're gonna get more of that like gnarly look. So if you want like that look, put it on really heavy. So if you really want to get a major like different look to it, so you got to put, and it's not bad to use a significant amount because I do, like they said, I do think this will dry out. I think this will dry out easily. This one is silver. Trying to now put my fingers in it. It's just hard. You're trying to open it. All right, let's turn my paper around. It's my white ball paper. Let me get another stencil. Yeah, let's do some circles. Oop, wait a minute. Get color in there. Probably should make sure that my spatula, you probably should make sure your tool is dry so that doesn't introduce mold either. Probably make sure that your thing is dry too, if it's going to be that sensitive to mold. I want to lay this on top of here so I can just have the extra paste on here. Hi Cheryl, how are you? Welcome to my home. I'm playing with Nuvo paste, expanding Nuvo paste, and we were I showed my Happy Mail earlier, but I had an internet crash, so I had to start a second stream. I show my Happy Mail. We are trying out these and seeing the pros and cons of it. And I'm making extra paper, so I can use this and best recycle and papers. So I'm using all my little paste for spare papers. All right, and put the lid on. It'll dry out. All right, so this again, like if you leave it, it'll be shiny. You can leave it as is. You do not have to dry it. It's an option to dry it. You can just leave it this way. But if that just means that you're going to have to let it dry natural, because if you heat gun it, it's going to change it a little bit. Don't overheat it like I did, because it will smoke. Like Beth said, turn on a fan. You're getting confused. Well, this is kind of cool. Doesn't it kind of look like craters? That's kind of cool looking. Where since we use the round coins and then we use the silver and then did that, doesn't it look like craters? This is my moon. It's a moon. Cool, right? That part still is a little shiny there. So it dulls it when you heat it. It blows up, it expands, it gets kind of bumpy and stuff, and it dulls the color. So you get two looks for one. But yeah, I like it. Thanks. Debbie said she's not buying it. I have not convinced anyone to buy it yet. I have not enabled anyone. I'm not doing my job. It does look like a moon. And it has craters on it. Cool. All right, I'm failing in my sales here. All right, let's try. I got this one to try. This gold. This was more of a copper. This is more of a gold. I'm selling fins. You're selling Finn's wax and Finn's her paste is better. Sheesh. All right. I said do not put your fingers in it. Because you get mold in it. So that's it. I got thank you for I did not, I do remember her saying that on the video, but I did not remember it as now. So I appreciate you telling me that, Eileen. You were looking at it, but nope. Sheesh. I have failed. I did not get anyone to go shopping. Suit yourselves. I'll just have fun with my Nuvo paste by myself. You like the flowers and the leaves on the paper? Yeah, it's fun to just go back and put this stuff on a piece of paper and use this for something else. So you're not gonna waste it. This would be good for this would be good recycling papers. Not let it go to waste. All right, let me dry this other now. We've gone through all the colors now. Nobody's liking it so far. I'm shocked. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool product. Well, if you want smooth, you just leave it. Like I said, you don't. If you want smooth, yes. If you want to leave it, you don't have to dry it. You can just leave it. There's no law. I'm just blowing it up because I like that. I like that. I like the look of the grunge look. Because I got lots of shiny paste. All like that silver Dicky Boom stuff I just bought. That's shiny. I have that in rose and white. And I bought this for the grunge stuff. So again, don't heat it up too much. I like the fact that it's grungy when you expand it. That's what I actually like. This one is a different color gold. I'm sore from work. I'm sore from the other day. Baked cookie dough. There you go. And it does dry on its own completely, Beth. Yeah, it does. It means you put it on. You can't, like, if you wanted to quickly heat it up because you wanted to move on, you couldn't. You would not be able to because it would change. Yeah, this one. Which one was it? Yeah, see, this one I did not heat up, and it's totally dry. So this was the one that I did earlier, and it's totally dry. It's not smearing. It's dry. You can leave it shiny, and it won't puff, but you can leave it shiny. And then this was the puff version. I did the same thing, so you can do either way. So shiny, puff, and it did dry. So you're just gonna have to, wait. So depends what you want to do. So I've sold nobody, nobody, not even Eileen. I am doing something wrong. I'm telling you, I am definitely doing something wrong, and I have not convinced Eileen. We are shopaholics. Good night. Good night, Dot. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, they are neat ideas, right? I want to, I got some walnut crystals the other day, and then I had all kinds of stream troubles. And I was lucky to finish the Tim Holtz project because of the chaos of my internet. So we were playing with I guess got this, and I was like, oh, we'll play with this, and I never got a chance because my internet blocked out on me. Do I have to use distilled water, Eileen? Do I need to use distilled water for making my own spray? Or is regular water okay? I have distilled water downstairs. I use it for my succulents and stuff. Oh, I don't know if I saw the video of Lindy's squirts. Okay, I should use distilled water. Okay, let me go get that real quick. I have that downstairs. sorry. I can play when I'm done streaming. I'll play with you, I promise. I'll play ball with you. I will. Their father got all excited that I was going to play with them downstairs. Okay. Let's put some. So really, you add as many crystals as, I guess, to however dark you want the spray to be. You always use distilled water. Okay. Squirt bottle with a semi-thick gel consistency. Maybe like I think I want it to be a little darker. Let's see. Let's see. This looks pretty good. Let's see. Let me grab a little something. Oh, here, grab this. I got some little clocks. As we were talking about the steampunk stuff earlier. Let's just see if that's good. That's the color I have it at now. That's more of a I don't know. It's a little darker than tea, I would say. Do you think that's dark enough, Eileen, or should I add more? You can just blob this on your paper, and then you'll have tea-stained tea or coffee-looked paper, copy paper for something else. Looks like a walnut stain. You like that color? Okay, because like you can add, it is a walnut. It is walnut ink crystal. So you can add as many, I mean, I guess make it as dark or light as you want. You know what I mean? I was watching an artist, and what she was showing, like, she puts it in a spray, and she also just puts a few down, I guess, like that, just to, so that way she gets some of the, if you want to leave some of the gnarly little grungies on it to make it look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like crunchy, you know, the texture or whatever. So like that. Let's do a smush. As I put a lot on there, let's smush it. So you can use it directly on something or make a bottle spray with it. And then, so I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, you can see how like much is in this jar and how like how little I use. Like this would go on forever. Now that sprayed kind of light. This, it was darker what I had just sprayed. And then you could, then I guess if you wanted to have, like here I got some on my spatula still, which is kind of cool. So if you wanted to have some of that coffee textury, not perfect look, you know what I mean? She also used instant coffee, which I thought was cool too, which I forgot about. So that way you'll have a nice background if you're going for an art journal page or whatever. Modeled, is that the right word? Yeah. Did you watch her? Did you watch her free classes? that she had like 5. Good question. If is it permanent when it's dry? I actually don't know. Yeah, I think I will make it darker. I don't know that. We'll dry it and see, because actually I don't know. You doubt it? You can add colored spray over the crystals. Okay, so let's try that too. And we'll see if this is waterproof. Let's dry this a second. Dry the paper while we're at it. Maybe so you could do this. If it was wetter when I had done that, I could have made like my own I could have made my own little rings for my cup. If I thought of it. Water. I have water somewhere. Where's my spray bottle? Here it is. Let's see. Walnut spray is not permanent. Yeah, definitely reactivated. Yep, it's not permanent. So if you it needs to it's like the Tim Holtz sprays or whatever. Make sure that you're aware that if you re-wet it, it's not waterproof. So I guess if you want to be waterproof, you need to spray it with something or rub like that wax stuff over top of it if you're going to get it wet again. Let's try the crystals with the colored spray. That it sounds enticing. That sounds neat. Okay, so let's try that. So let's do a couple of crystals. And let's spray it with a colored spray. Ooh, cool. That looks kind of cool. So they're spraying with a colored spray. And just a teeny bit of water to it. Kind of reminds me of the infusions, the brown with the colored. It kind of reminds me of the infusions. You know what I mean by doing that. But still, how cool is that? So you could mix your brown, mix the crystals with color spray. That's nifty. Yeah, it gives like a patina effect. How cool is that? I like it. That's actually a really good idea. You could leave it have as much or a little as you wanted, and then of course, since it's water soluble, you go back and add more onto it. Look at how it looks on the paper. Oh, I like that idea, Eileen. That's a good idea. I like the idea of making the crystals with the color. Try the what color was that? That was pistachio. Let's try a little more of a different green. This time was wetted and then dropped the crystals on it just to see. Let's do it in reverse. I'm not worried about if I use more than I need because it's a big jar. I like that, actually. This does remind me of the infusions. And you can have crunchy bits, coffee little crunchy bits on there. Oh, I like that. Like this mossy green with it. I'm going to try that. See how it looks. Then we'll stamp on top of it to see how that looks. We'll get some, we'll stamp on it. Oh, look, there's some of the crystals there, kind of crunchy. This is really neat for a vintage look. Hold on. Okay, let me stamp on that. It would be a background. I mean, it's a background for something else for sure. Yes. I mean, punching. I mean, it's definitely a background. It's definitely a background for another piece. Well, you could even do. Let me find it. You could even put something. We'll do that on the other. We'll stamp on. Actually, this is pretty dark. So let's stamp on this one. It's a little bit lighter. That one turned out really dark. And I mean, when you're not controlling the with making your own spray, I mean, you would. There you go. So that's what it's stamped on top. Oh, how cute that looks. Okay, so then let's go with this neutral chalk paste. Let's try this on it. Ooh, that's pretty. See if I can find something that's a little more traditional, or I have to get the. Let's just try. Let's try these. Something that's solid. Let's just try this. Let's just throw some hearts on. See how this does with that not being permanent. Let's see. It might even mix through it. Whoops. Make sure you get it. Don't go underneath the stencil. It will look better if you did it better. And let me try again. Maybe a sponge would have been better than a knife. Well, you get the gist. Maybe a sponge is better than a knife with this, because this is really thin. I'm just trying to show you examples. So, oh my goodness. It's smeared because it went underneath my stencil, but it gives you an idea. I mean, I was able to go over top of it. So, but this is like like I said, is kind of messy. So it's messy. Let me find a stencil, another stencil like. At least I'm using my stencils. Trying to find something fun. Let's just try these. try the work. Let's just try the. I'm going to use a sponge, so I have a little more control over the amount of paste I'm putting down. Instead of that, since it is more liquidy. There. See? So there you go. And then you could put something where I blobbed it. You could put something over top of it. But these are definitely good background starters. So I'm going to make some fun coins. Now the chalk paste dries to a very very matte. So I think it will actually go quite well with the walnut paste and stuff because it dries to a very muted matte finish. Can you see that? There's no sheen. So if you want to stick with this is very soft, flat. And this is flat. You know what I'm saying? You don't want shiny. This is not shiny. I think it's pretty. I like it. If you could stencil better than I'm stenciling right now. I'm not stenciling very good. I got used to the other stuff, which was really, really dry. And then this is the opposite. That's really, really wet. So I'm using too much product going back and forth between the two. Yeah, so wipe off your stencil so you have some play paper later to look how grungy this is. So this is a nice grungy paper as a base starter for something else. So I'm liking doing the background papers. I really like doing those. Let's do this. Let's stamp and then let's stamp this. Let's stamp first and then do the over top. Let's try this real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. I can get my camera to focus. This is Prima chalk paste. This one is English Country. Says it is a unique, beautiful textures and designs. It is redesigned, used with stencils and dabbing brushes are on its own. Fast drying paste has a chalk-like finish effect, perfect for home decor, silk screening. I guess it's more for home decor, but maybe your silk screening. I'm using it in art, so I don't think that that's what you have. I think it's because that's kind of popular. The chalk painting's kind of popular, so let me try some. Let's do. See what happens if you mix the sprays. They're a lot nicer than the Nuvo ones. Just kind of mixing it too, just for fun, just to see. This is just computer paper, says no big deal. I think this is fun to experiment with and play with. You can work on computer paper because it's cheap. That did not work like I had hoped, but I was thinking since we're doing the crystals and stuff, it doesn't quite work like that. Eileen's way was better. Eileen knows. She knows all. She's right to use the crystals and then spray the stuff. Can't do it the other way around. Don't do what I just did. Eileen's way is better to mix the two. It is neat though. I think it's neat. I like that concept. I'm just playing, just seeing what it does. That's neat. Okay, I like the color mixing. I think that's fun. Just saying, it's just fun to play. Yeah, you like, so she likes the paste. Okay, well, we wanted Sunny and Lou some. The other, I think that was really pretty. There's a lot of neutrals for this color palette. Like this one is Hubbard Squash, Vintage Lace. All these would be really pretty on a neutral. Let's put it on this one. That one's like a peachy tone. Let's try this one. I'm just gonna stamp and then throw that on just for fun. You can't tell I'm tired tonight, not even like actually making something. I'm actually playing. I am sleepy. Let me dry this real quick. Let's try that they were saying about using it. You don't have to use it through a stencil. Let's do the. I use that paintbrush. Maybe it. And dark wood signs for home decor. Heck, we get a I figure we get a hardware stores and buy stuff and art from hardware stores. So we could definitely use home decor chalk paste where we're going in and getting drywall tape and drywall mud and all sorts of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's put the Nuvo paste on no one likes. Be clean with a brush. I'm going to swish it like that so I can paint with it since I can't use my fingers in the jar. What happens if you mix the two? Just have like some shiny. No. We don't limit ourselves to what we can use, right? So I'm not going to put that back in. Exactly. Oh, they have lots of neutrals because it's a home decor. Okay, that makes sense, Debbie. Okay, yeah, we use everything in art. So as I said, that does not deter me. I did read that it was art or furniture or whatever. Just forgot actually. Yeah, sticks, leaves. We'll use it all. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this is pretty. I mean, you can paint with it, stencil with it. I mean, it's thick. It's gonna last like forever if it doesn't dry out. It's gonna last a really long time. I mean, you can see how much is in a tub. And it's pretty thick. So it's a lot. Really, this is probably similar to molding paste or like fiber paste, not fiber paste, but light paste. I was thinking, since if you dry the Nuvo and it gets dull, and then this is a dull texture as well, I'm thinking that these two might look nice together, actually. Oh yeah, I agree. A lid instead of a foil. I agree. That's definitely better. But the two actually kind of play well together when you dry them because they're both a chalky, I don't know what's the word, textury. So they actually both play together pretty good. So if you wanted to use them together. I'm just smearing it on just because I just want to use it up. Now let's see if we can put on top of this. Again, if it looks ugly, it looks ugly. It doesn't. This is just experimentation. So let's see. All right, let's do this. Is this small enough? That might be too big. We need, let's just try to, once it's dry, it's dry. So let's just try to stamp on top of it. Let's see what happens. If I can find my ink pad. Can you stamp on top the Nuvo in that? Well, you can stamp on it. Yeah, I think they do. Cream, yeah, cream, rust, and green. But I was actually able to stamp on it. I know it doesn't look like beautiful by any means, but you can actually stamp on, looks like the chalk paste. You can stamp on it, and I was able to also stamp on the other paste. But I can't get my camera to focus. But I was able to stamp on both of these. So that makes it interesting. Okay, I give up. My camera will not focus. You can stamp on it. You just have to take my word for it since it's not cooperating. So let's do this. Let's go back to one of the others. It's a little less busy. Let's just try to fill in this area with the words. Well, it's a little less busy. I'm gonna make sure I get in all the little nooks and crannies here. That turned out good. So you can stamp on it and it went into the paste and on the paper in between. If my camera could ever focus, Lord. Sorry, I'm as frustrated as you guys are watching me try to do this, but it does stamp on it. It's just, my camera is crappy. Oh, I need a new camera. This is why I got rid of the 3, but this is the 3. It is nice. I'm sorry I can't get my camera to focus. Oh, good Lord. It focused for 2 seconds. I hate this camera. Oh, 2 seconds. Oh my gosh. There we go. Holy cow. 10 minutes to get to focus. That's ridiculous. I so need a new camera. It's going to be on my to-do list. Research webcams. Since the other one got all weird, I don't know if I want to buy the one I have, but it does work. So you can do that. Spray it with some oxide. Okay. Oh, that's true. With the bricker. That's true if I'd done this with brick, with the red, and then you could stamp in between the bricks. So it actually works. It sticks to the Nuvo paste. The stamp actually went on to the chalk paste and the Nuvo paste and in between. Do you mean spray on the one with the ink or a different one? Did we try that already? Maybe it was already done. Maybe we did not try that. I can't remember. We've tried. Any of them, okay. All right. Hold on. I'm just gonna. Now, so it goes over the new. If you don't like the color of the paste you just used, what happens if we? Damn, what happens if we wet it? So if you wet it, kind of washes off of that and stays. You can have it on there or just dab it. Just dab it off. That would make more sense of me spraying it. Oops, I'm gonna get these messed up. There. So there you go. I sprayed it and then took I get water, which probably just use a baby wipe, and then I was able to wipe it back off of the Nuvo paste, or it would have stayed on the Nuvo paste too, or wipe it off. So you could do it either way: spray first, then do the Nuvo paste, or the other way around. It actually worked. Yeah, I mean, I was able to wipe it off, or you could have left it on. So let's dry that, and then yeah, that actually worked pretty well. So let's try the, let's see. Let's just try this on just plain old cardstock too, which I have here. This was the runny one. Let's try the chalk paste on this one. Let's see. Ooh, I like the antique sage. I really like that color. I don't know if it's gonna look good with the blue, but I actually like the color. Very. Well, that'll pop. Okay, let's try this. See, I have a